Hello guys, and welcome back to an Amazon Basics video with the Honest Entrepreneurs. My name is Tom, and in today's video I'll be running through the essential Amazon FBA glossary of terms, aka the words and acronyms that you need to know if you're going to be selling on Amazon in 2021. So you can stop looking at words like FBA, ASIN and SKU and thinking, what the f does that mean? Little acronym guide for you there. Let's dive in. Okay guys, so here we are on the first page of the general terms. I will fly through these quite quickly. If you have any questions about any of the words and acronyms today that we go through, please do comment below. If we get enough requests, we'll just publish this and anyone can download it. So nice and easy one to begin with, AMZ, Amazon of course. FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. That means that you're selling on Amazon's platform and they are fulfilling the item for you. FBM is something you'll see quite often, is fulfilled by merchant. That means somebody is selling their item on Amazon's platform, but fulfilling it themselves with their own postal system. Next, we have the fulfillment centers. This is of course where you send all of your stock. They are located all over the world with more and more popping up almost every week. We have Amazon Prime, which is the rapid delivery service offered by Amazon. There are now 112 million Prime accounts in the USA and 15 million in the UK, which is unbelievable numbers. It just shows that this is going to keep growing and it's a really good time to get into the Amazon FBA space. Private label is something that's very popular in the FBA world. That means you're branding an existing product with your label and or packaging, shipping it to Amazon and then selling it on Amazon. Retail arbitrage is when you buy ready-made products, you don't do anything to them, you just find them cheap somewhere, bring them in and sell them for more on Amazon. Seller Central, this is the main dashboard that you log into with your account. It will show you all of your metrics, you can access your inventory, you can access your kind of seller support or your case logs. Every single thing is done through Seller Central. And seller support is the often criticized and very fairly because they can be absolutely useless Amazon seller support system for us sellers. They are very customer centric companies, so don't expect much from seller support, but they are there for you to use all over the world 24 hours a day pretty much. Case logs. So when you open a case with Amazon, which you hopefully don't have to do too many, we've done quite a few already, you see some of our earlier videos. This is where you can access all your cases, so you'll get a case number that you can reference back, and hopefully the person that you've spoken to begin with can help you escalate it through and resolve it as soon as possible. So on to page 2, we have the ASIN, aka the ASIN, or in Australian the ASIN, o también en español es the ASIN. This is your Amazon standard identification number. These are unique to every Amazon product. When you add something to your inventory, you will be given an ASIN number. You will see it also in every single hyperlink of every listing on Amazon. Next is the listing itself. So the listing is your product page that appears online. So when you go to that product, amazon.com/B08, it'll be your ASIN number. That is the listing itself. The SKU, the SKU, this is the stock keeping units, alphanumeric code. So this is something that you actually assign yourself. When you add something to your inventory, a new product, you will self-assign this SKU. You need to make it nice and simple. For example, if you want to do blue socks and there's 6 of them, socks_blue6 is an example. This will be shown on your product and it'll help to make your FN SKU labels. So moving on to the second one, FN SKU. Your labels are the fulfillment network stock keeping unit. So you have an FSQ label on your product, so the warehouses can scan it and check it in and make sure it's the right thing, it goes to the right place. When it gets bought and sold, they can scan it again on the way out. It keeps it all nice and organized in Amazon's internal system. Next, we have the EAN/UPC/GTIN numbers. So it's the European article number, the universal product code, or the global trade identification number. All of it really means the same thing. It's your barcode. If you are buying them, please do get them off GS1. GS1 is the best website. It's the most secure. You pay a yearly membership and you can have, I think, up to 100 barcodes in a year, maybe 1,000 actually. Don't buy them off other websites like Barcode Mania. They're often already used barcodes, which can really catch you out. So make sure you get a fresh one from GS1, make an account, it's completely worth it. Your COGS is your cost of goods sold. Your landed cost is pretty much the same thing. It's a total cost to produce, package, and ship your product to an Amazon warehouse. So you need to know your landed costs to of course work out your margins. And the final one on this page is the buy box. So the buy box is on the right hand side of the listing. It shows who is selling that product. So you want to ensure that you're always winning this if you sell a product that a number of sellers sell, you're all competing for the buy box. If Amazon, for example, sell your product, they often have the buy box. It's a bit annoying. They can kind of rig the system, to be honest, but on your own product, it should always be you that dominates the buy box. If you get hijacked, which I'll come to later on, what a hijacker is, they can steal your buy box, and you might have put all the work in, you've made the listing, you've got all the product photography, it's all your description, and then they're taking the buy box, so they're actually winning the sale, so you need to be really careful of this. Next, we have the BSR, which is your best seller ranking. Remember, the lower, the better. We then have the Amazon's Choice Badge. You want to be getting these. This means that you are the Amazon choice for that particular keyword. A little known fact on if Alexa is used to order something, then if your product has the Amazon's Choice Badge for that keyword, your product will be the one that Alexa orders. We then have Helium 10. Helium 10 is the best software by a mile to do with Amazon FBA and anything to do with Amazon really. It's all encompassing. It handles your data analysis, your keywords, your PPC, your advertising, your inserts, loads of different tools. We work with them all the time. We actually have a discount code you can use, the HONESTH50 for 50% off your first month, or the HONESTH10 for 10% off your lifetime. We then have Alibaba, which is the #1 sourcing website in the world. When you go to source your products, you'll definitely be using Alibaba to find your factories in China, India, Philippines, the States, wherever. So the word sourcing, what that means is finding the manufacturer of your product. The supplier is then the manufacturer of your product. So you do sourcing to find your supplier. So next is the minimum order quantity, the MOQ. You'll see this on the Alibaba results pages. There'll be a minimum price. Say, for example, you have to order a minimum of 500 units of a product. There'll be a certain price, then there'll be 500 to 1,000, there'll be another price bracket, and then 1,000 plus another price bracket. So next is hijackers, as I mentioned earlier. So hijackers and hijacking is when somebody hijacks your listing, they take it over, they steal your buy box, and they actually in time can steal your whole listing. The way to guard against this is to have a trademark and have a brand registry. So next is a gated product. A gated product is one that is in kind of a strict category. So for example, electronics, you need to get certain certificates to be able to sell that product on Amazon. So it's gated, it's much more difficult. There's gated and there's ungated. I would advise starting out with ungated just to get you going. Of course, with the gated category, there is the benefit that you probably will have less competition, but just be aware it can be much harder to get accepted into that category. So be aware of that when you are doing your product research. So browse nodes is something that you see quite a lot when you're listing your product. So when you search on Amazon, let's say for example, I've got an example here that you're looking at a spatula. So a spatula would fall in home and kitchen firstly, then under kitchen and dining, and then under utensils. So you'll see that they're each browse nodes. So when you upload it, you need to know exactly where to tell Amazon you want to be seen for your product. So next we have the flat file. A flat file is essentially an Excel document that you can fill out and upload to upload your inventory into Amazon. You can do it on the back end. You can use the back end in Seller Central, go to inventory, go to add products and do it that way. This is an alternative. It's a little bit more advanced. There are some benefits to doing it I won't go into today. I would suggest for your first few products, just uploading them through Seller Central. But a flat file, essentially, you fill out a template via the back end, upload it, and it can be a lot faster into getting your products into Amazon. It's also useful for when you're bulk uploading products. So when you're a bit further down the line, you want to upload a number of different variations, for example, you can do it all at once by using flat files. So next is the lightning deals. So these are kind of flash deals, very popular on Prime Day, where people will offer kind of incredible deals on their products. You have to actually apply for these to use them on Amazon Prime Day, which is my next point here. So Amazon Prime Day is one day a year Amazon designate as Prime Day. They kind of made up their own holiday, which drives insane traffic to Amazon. You can get crazy sales on those days if you offer a discount with a lightning deal. So a coupon code is when you go on a results page on Amazon for a keyword, you'll see under the pricing, there may be like a little orange color and then a 5% discount, 10% discount with the code. Be careful with these, they're popular on launches, but make sure you set a maximum limit to how many can be ordered with this discount, because if they get shared in a mass group, like on Reddit, for example, your listing can get attacked. You can get absolutely cleaned out of stock at a discounted rate and lose money. So be very careful. Q4 is of course quarter four. There are 4 quarters in the year. The 4th one is the main one. It of course is Christmas time. Crazy numbers on Amazon. They increase every single year. So you want to make sure that you have enough inventory to be in place to capitalize on this and make as much money as possible. Some of you with the Keen Eye might have noticed that I've changed t-shirts because I completely forgot to do this page earlier today when I was filming. If you did, thumbs up, well done, you've got a keen eye. Let's move on. So now on to keywords and advertising. These are very, very important. Please do pay attention. You definitely need to know all of these terms. Keywords themselves. So this is what people type in to find your product. So in the search bar, when they type in the keywords, for example, go back to our earlier example, blue socks men. A keyword hasn't got to be one word. It's often confused as this. A keyword can be a number of words, as many words as need be. It's the whole search term. Indexing is the keywords that your product is related to in Amazon. So when you make your listing, you need to do some in-depth keyword research, see what keywords are relevant for your product, and ensure that those keywords are included in your description and then your bullet points. That then tells Amazon you are relevant for that product and you should appear organically on searches for all of these keywords. Which moves me on to the organic rank. So your organic rank means that your ASIN is appearing organically on a search result without you paying to be there. So this is very positive. This is of course what you want. You'll make more profit on your sale, more margin if you appear in results organically. You can also then pay to be seen as well, and you can kind of double cover yourself where you are the top result perhaps in a paid advert, but you're also backing up your kind of status on the page by organically being in the top 4 results as well. That sends a very good impression to the potential customer. So SEO means search engine optimization. So essentially what I just explained, you are optimizing your listing so that you're organically shown on Amazon's platform. The AMS is the Amazon Marketing Services. So this is the part on Seller Central. You go onto advertising. This is the portal that you then go into to set up all of your advertising campaigns. When you get in here, you're going to see PPC. PPC means pay per click advertising. This is increasingly becoming more and more evident and important on Amazon. They are kind of making you pay to play, especially in saturated niches. It's becoming more and more competitive, so the prices are driving up. You will need to keep a real eye on this. This is a massive, massive factor in Amazon, especially when you launch. Your PPC converted sales do help you organically rank. So at the start, you can expect to spend a bit more on PPC, and over time, reduce your spend down, make it more profitable. But please do learn about this and bear it in mind, it is super important. Which moves me on to ACOS. Your ACOS is your actual cost of sale. And how you calculate this is your total ad spend divided by your total ad spend sales revenue times 100. As an example, if your product costs you, say, 35% of your revenue to make, if your ACOS is 35% or lower, that means that your sales that you make from your PPC spend are profitable. Another way to look at this is your TACOS, which is TACOS, your total actual cost of sale. So that's your total ad spend again, but then divide it by your total revenue from all your sales, from organic and your sales from PPC, then multiply it by 100. So this number should be a lot lower than your ACOS. If you can get it 10% or less, that's brilliant. That means that only 10% of your overall revenue is spent on generating the sales. And lastly, we have the negative keywords. So these are the words that you manually or actually automatically with Helium 10's ads tool can actually set this up to automatically pull these out for you. You stop Amazon from displaying your Amazon listing for. So if, for example, there's a keyword, let's say we're selling blue socks again, and we keep appearing and paying to be seen on yellow socks, and the conversion is awful, then you can stop Amazon showing you for that, because clearly you're not relevant, you don't want to be seen. You have to actually tell Amazon to stop doing this, because they often will. For example, with an automatic campaign, they're going to show you everywhere just to test how it works out, which can of course blow through your budget, so you need to keep a close eye on these. So onto the second page of the keywords and advertising, we have the CTR, which is your click-through rate. So you can see the metrics in your advertising portal of how many people that see your advert are actually clicking through onto your listing. And secondly, we have the CVR, which is your conversion rate. This is how many people, once they've clicked your advert or gone onto your listing, are then adding the item to their basket or going through and actually purchasing the item. Obviously, the higher conversion rate, the better you're doing. Next, we have sponsored products. So these are products that display on Amazon's results page as a result of PPC keywords. So as I said earlier, if you bid on blue socks men's and we appear number 1, that is a sponsored product. You'd often see when you type in a competitive niche, if you type in a keyword, the top 4 results will say sponsored next to them, and then below that it won't say that because they're organically kind of ranking very high, but the top 4 are paid to be there. We then have sponsored brands. So to get sponsored brands, you need brand registry, which I'll come to later on. But sponsored brands, you often see a banner advert or an advert down the side of a page on Amazon, which means they, again, pay to be there, but they have brand registry, so they actually advertise as a full brand rather than just one product. We then have PDA, which is product display advert. So these are adverts that are shown on specifically targeted competitors' listings or from the client's previous searches and results history on Amazon. Amazon will show them kind of PDA adverts. This means, for example, with the blue sock example, if there's another brand that's selling blue socks, I can specifically target that listing and that ASIN so that my advert is always shown on their listing. I might be a better price than them, I might be more, but a better product. So you want to ensure that you're trying to catch, they're doing the hard work and getting people to their page, and then you try and steal the sale from their page with a PDA advert. So brand registry, as I mentioned slightly earlier, this is super important if you can get it. It's a program you can enroll in if your brand is trademarked, or in the case of the USA, if your brand is under trademark application. This is well worth doing because you get a load of benefits, which I'll come to in a moment, but you also, of course, protected. It means that people struggle more so to steal your buy box because you have the trademark on that brand name, and you can clearly prove that with a legal document. So with brand registry, you get the EBC, aka A+ content. EBC means enhanced brand content. You have access to this if you have brand registry. When you go on a page, on a listing, you have the first 7 pictures that everyone gets, the 5 bullet points. You scroll down, the EBC content is when it looks professionally designed. They can have way more pictures, you can have video, you can do all sorts of extra things with EBC, so it is well worth getting if you have brand registry. And then finally, we have the storefront, which again, you need brand registry to have, but you can essentially create your own virtual store on your kind of back end. So if a client clicks through onto your brand, you can go to their storefront, you can have all of your products in one place, in one-stop shop, and hopefully the customer then buys a couple of bits off you. The final page is the shipping and storage, which is super, super important. Firstly, we have your freight forwarder. These are the companies who ship products from the origin to their destination via sea, air, or train. Next, we have the customs agents. So these are companies who specialize in clearing your products through customs, which of course exists at every single port all over the world. We then have the shipping terms here. So DDP is delivery duty paid. So that means the supplier or freight forwarder handles all of the shipping into Amazon, plus the customs, duties, and taxes. Converted to this, we have DDUs, this is delivery duty unpaid. This means the supplier or freight forwarder handles all of the shipping into Amazon except for customs, duties, and taxes. So that's your responsibility to handle those. Next, we have FOB or FOB, which is free on board. So with this method, the supplier gets the products to the origin's ports, passes it on to a freight forwarder, and then everything else is your freight forwarders and your responsibility. And then finally, we have X-Works or EXW. So this means that the factory produces it at an X-Works price. So this would generally be the cheapest price of all of these terms. You then can instruct your freight forwarder to go and collect it, take it to the port, and then move forward and handle everything else, and the factory isn't involved at all. We then have the shipping terms in terms of reaching Amazon itself. We have LTL, which is less than truckload. So generally, if you're sending in pallets of goods, this is what you'll select. We then have SPD, which is small parcel delivery. If you are sending units from your house, I actually spoke about this in a previous video about how to make a shipping plan, which I'll link to here. Is that right? About there. This is the one that you'll select. Next, we have 3PL, which is your third-party logistics companies. These are ever increasingly becoming more important on Amazon. If, for example, you are shipping from China to the USA like we do, and we're based in Barcelona in Spain, so we're completely hands off the products, we have nowhere to store the units. We have therefore had to find a third-party company in the States that can store our products, and then when they're ready, ship them into Amazon. Finally, we have the Amazon Partner Carrier. So these are the local carriers in each country that Amazon have preferential rates with all over the world. So if you want to ship products in, say, from your house, or even from a third-party logistics company, when you create the shipping plan and you generate the price, you'll find that the rates are much lower than if you go and try and do it direct through the company itself or through another company that isn't an Amazon partner carrier. It is a bit of a monopoly, to be honest, but it works. That's it for today, guys. Another super easy video. If you have any questions about any of the words or acronyms, please do comment below. And if you see any more on Amazon that you're not sure about, of course you can ask us. And if there's any that we missed off the list as well, let us know. We'll add it to the list. Once we get enough requests, we will put this live and you can download it for free. You could, of course, make your own, but you obviously want this with the new branding we've got, the Honest Entrepreneurs in the neon. It looks beautiful with the cartoon drawings of us on our page as well, which is a bit out there, but let us know what you think. You can message us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. You can subscribe to these videos. We're going to drop these weekly. We want to get you guys from your starter point of product research all the way through your setup to going live on Amazon. We'll be with you every step of the way. Let us know any parts of the journey you're not sure about. We can add it to the Amazon Basics series, and we will catch you next time.